Khmer invasion of 1232 CE. It wasn't until 1932 that a temple monk accidentally damaged the huge stone Buddha there and discovered the pure gold one underneath. Now, the monks of the great temple had been unable to remove the great golden Buddha, so they had hid it where it had always been. And the abbot went to his death with this secret. And for 700 years, no one thought to look where it was. People thought the great golden Buddha was legend, not fact. So, does anyone see the lesson for us today in this story, Darcy?
Monk see, monk do?
No. Anyone else? Justine?
A Buddha in the hand is better than two in the bush.
No. Come on, people. Ursula.
Buddha's only skin deep.
Let's move on for now, shall we? Now, wars and threats of wars aren't good for treasures. This ruby, known as the Buddha's heart, has been missing from the temples at Angkor Wat for 20 years. Recently, a friend of mine believes he's discovered it in Shanghai. I hope to go there during our semester break and see for myself if the mystery is being solved. We'll see you in 2 weeks, ladies. Have a good break. Question, Justine?
Yes. When are you leaving to Shanghai?
Tomorrow morning.
So am I.
You're going to Shanghai?
Yes, my father's been transferred by his company. Anyways, it's time for me to make my annual trip.
Oh. Your parents are divorced?
Mother's in Basel now, with grandfather.
Oh, in that case, we'll travel together. I'm sure your father will be quite...
Oh, he'd be delighted. He wasn't at all sure at first that I should travel alone until he realized that it would be my only chance to make a trip this year. So then he agreed.
Oh, well, we'll have breakfast at the airport. How's that sound?
I'll be there.
I thought you were gonna faint when he said he was going to Shanghai.
It's just a stroke of good luck, that's all. No big deal.
Well, if you really want to make an impression, why don't you just go like this? No, really, you're bound to make an impression like this.
If I don't get arrested first.
Well, if that doesn't work, why don't you try the stewardess routine? Fasten your seatbelts. Fasten your seatbelts, please. May I tighten your seatbelt for you, sir? My goodness, it looks like it's too tight already. Maybe I should loosen it. Can I offer you a refreshment?
Urs, you need serious help.
Ladies and gentlemen, in case of a sudden drop in cabin pressure, we're all gonna die. Grab the closest naked person and make love to her. Oh, Professor, we only have 4 minutes to live, and I've never been made love to. Never, ever. Oh, 4 minutes. Let's see. We could do it twice.
I don't know whether to kill you sometimes or commit you.
Well, don't mind me. I'm just jealous because you get to fly first class with our Roby, and I get to go to my aunt's flat in Manchester for break. Thrillerama.
I just came to wish you girls a happy... Ursula Fitzgerald! Do you actually expect to travel like that?
It's holiday, Madame Souvray.
Ursula, one of the things we're hoping to accomplish here is to turn a young woman like you into a young lady. Watch Justine. She always dresses appropriately.
Yes, madam.
this way, Daddy. And now you have to go.
Well, I am sorry, darling, but there is some business I just have to go take care of personally. Now, this just came in last night. Besides, we're going to be together the entire spring break. Damn, this traffic.
Excuse me, Mr. Wilkinson. How long will it be until you return from Beijing?
Probably 5 days, no more.
Well, I'd be quite happy to assume responsibility for Justine until you return, if that's acceptable, of course.
Well, thank you, Professor, but I wouldn't want to impose.
There's no imposition. Justine's a delightful companion, and that would still mean you'd have a week left together. I mean, surely a few days together are better than none.
Well, then I accept, and that's very gracious of you.
Thank you, Daddy.
Oh, Justine, come knock after you've had a chance to freshen up, huh?
Please, excuse me.
No, excuse me. I wasn't watching what I was doing. Miss...
Justine.
My fault entirely. I wasn't looking where I was going. Well, as they say, au revoir, Justine.
Nicholas, this is one of my students, Justine.
Oh, it is a pleasure.
Pleased to meet you.
You're most fortunate to travel with someone as respected as your teacher.
Do you have the jewel?
Unfortunately, no, sir. However, the present owner is willing to part with it on the condition that it be returned to its place of origin at the appropriate time.
Unfortunately, I think it's going to be a long time before the world can view the Angkor Wat in its glory. You see, restorations proceed slowly.
Yes, I agree. So does the present owner. He is elderly and does not expect to live to see that day, which is why he will deal with you, sir. Your reputation precedes you. I have made arrangements, a meeting for you later tonight.
Thank you so much, Nicholas. Thank you.
Of course. Alan Pope? What are you doing here?
I am so delighted that my au revoir referred to such a short interval, Justine. Professor Robeson, it's so good to see you again too, sir.
Mr. Pope, we'll talk later, Nicholas.
Yes. You know the good professor, Alan?
He's here to get the Buddhist heart, isn't he?
Yes.
Nick, as you know, I work for the General, and that he is also a collector.
It is not available to the general. It is only available to the professor because of
His Boy Scout reputation. Well, there are other items in the General's collection. If he can't have the Buddhist heart, I'm sure he can satisfy himself some other way.
Professor, why don't you like that man, Alan Pope?
Alan Pope is a criminal, Justine. He's the kind of man that's given Westerners a bad name in this part of the world.
But how do you know he's a criminal?
We knew each other once. He wasn't always corrupt. But you know, Justine, not all treasures land in the hands of good men. Thank thank you again for all your help.
You as well, Mama.
Kill him!
They're in service, Professor. Ah!
Where am I?
It does not concern you. You may still have a slight headache. It will go away.
What do you want?
We have what we want.
You'll never get away with this, Pope. Xiao Shang was too high-ranking for them to turn a blind eye on you this time.
You haven't had dinner with Commissar Kuo recently, have you? Well, to put it politely, he thought Zhao Shang was a pain in the ass. An old man who thought his status allowed him to make demands on his government. He shouldn't. Killing him is one of the little things I put down to public service.
Paul, you're a long way from General Chen now.
Oh, not so far. About 3 weeks by sea to Bangkok, and perhaps 3 hours by air from there to Longshan.
But he can't help you here.
You constantly amaze me, Paul. You fail to realize with all the changes here, General Chang's product is more valuable in Shanghai than ever. Commissar Kuo depends on it to fund his retirement. Tell me, Paul, is Justine as pure as she seems? Have you been more than a professorial mentor to her? Perhaps we'll speak again. Compare notes on your protege.
Pope is too wild. You must control him. Take any measures necessary.
Yes, General Chen.
What do you want? Why'd you take me?
You'll have to ask my associates. In this operation, I'm not, shall we say, the top dog.
What are you gonna do with me?
I'm still considering the possibilities. Have you ever played Crisco Twister?
That's enough fun for you, Pope.
Oh, gee, Mom. It barely even started. We'll talk later.
Your father is an influential businessman with ties to the West. You will be useful to us. Continue to act in an intelligent manner, and we will avoid unpleasantness.
Everything is ready.
She is a provocative young woman, isn't she?
She's innocent, if that's what you mean. You know, Alan, I've never understood why a man like you would choose the company of an amateur when an expert is available.
Yes.
Fool. Never let it be said, Alan dear, that I would leave you without resources. Why, Professor Robson, you're all dirty. Let's get you out of these filthy clothes. Surely you don't find me unattractive.
Thank God it's you.
Tell my father.
Depends. Is he the litigious type?
The what?
I'm just kidding. We'll tell him the truth, of course, but only after we're all away from here. Listen, we'll pack our things and we'll leave Shanghai immediately. There's no telling how quickly Pope could find us again.
I follow your instructions very much so, yes.
Capcom.
You needing any other services tonight? Any assistance of any kind?
That's, quite all right, fellow. Thank you.
Professor Robeson, why do all the men stare at me?
Yes, it's a cultural thing. It's a sign of friendliness.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Justine, I think I'll rest before dinner. I'll meet you at 5. How's that sound?
I'll wait for you in my room.
Great. And let's hope we don't have any more excitement on this particular trip, eh? That's all right, good fellow. You come along with me. Yes?
It's room service.
I didn't call.
It's complimentary, sir. You don't seem overjoyed to see me, Professor. I'm hurt. Turn around, Paul. No peace. You never learn. This doesn't mean we're engaged.
Bring them to me. With the item. We must end this now.
Where is it, Paul?
It's in the hotel safe. I left explicit instructions. It can't be removed for any reason until I check out. Tomorrow morning at 8.
If that's true, you're going to be spending a very uncomfortable night, Paul. I will have it, Paul. It's become a point of honor, you know? All you're doing by delaying me is putting Justine in terrible danger. Believe me. Business to transact. You are going to go downstairs and get the Buddhist heart from the hotel safe.
I can't.
Until 8 tomorrow morning. Well, you're going to have to come up with some very good reason to make them change their mind.
But Professor Robeson...
Think about using your natural assets. I want you to be at the Hall of the Great Golden Buddha at 8 o'clock tonight with the jewel.
I told you I can't. Professor...
You like him a lot, don't you? If you want to see him again, you do as I say, or the good professor becomes fish food.
Wait, listen to me.
8 o'clock or else.
Professor Robeson. Professor Robeson. Professor.
Can I help you, miss?
No! Why are you doing this? You already have him. I'm trying to get him for you.
What did you say?
I said I'm trying to get them to let me take it for you. He wasn't in his room. I was on my way downstairs to get it when...
Alan Pope is serious when it comes to carrying out a threat like that. It was easy to find you. There are many here in Bangkok who are loyal to my father, General Chen. You cannot beat Alan Pope alone.
But aren't the two of you...
We cooperate when it is in our interest to do so. This is not such a time. My father has sought the Buddha heart for many years. He thought he had it when the scholar Shang received it.
What will you do with it when you get it?
What matters is if Alan Pope gets a hold of it. It will disappear into some secret collection again, perhaps never to be restored to its rightful place. I can help you. We can give him what he wants and gain what you want.
I don't trust you.
Do you trust me when I tell you the professor will die unless you help me? Come with me. We must hurry if we are to make the deadline. It's a worthless fake. At nighttime, he'll never know the difference.
Okay, Paul. You've been very heroic. Come on out and we'll start drawing up a certificate for you. Look, Paul, it's a half an hour before I trade you for the stone. You can't get out of here. All you're gonna do is piss me off.
You really are a jerk, Alan. You know that, don't you? Actually, you're an incompetent jerk if you want the whole truth.
You know, Paul, you really don't want to piss me off. I promise. There are lots of guys who wish they'd done it differently. Not gotten everything all emotional. Paul, there's no reason for you to end up dead and all over a goddamn stone? All right, Professor. You're on your way to a blown-out kneecap. You want to try for two? Did I mention that my date was very disappointed also, Paul? I know you don't like me, but at least show some compassion for a poor working girl's fleeting pleasure.
Lift up your blouse. I have to hide the microphone. Professor, with him before you give him the stone.
Mr. Pope, are you here? Where are you? It's 8 o'clock.
Do you have it?
Yes?
Step toward the Buddha. Show it to me.
Where's Professor Robeson?
He's here.
Show him. If you don't show him now, Alan Pope, I'm leaving.
Just a minute. I'm untying him. Put it in the light so I can see that you have the real jewel.
Here.
On your hands and knees.
Yeah. Have it. Just don't hurt her.
Why would I want a worthless piece of glass, Professor? You don't seriously expect that child was able to get the stone, do you? But you're right. You will give it to me. At the hotel.
You and your father are no better than Pope. You'll never get the Buddha's heart from me.
Then you'll die. And I'll get it anyway.
Professor!
Don't move, Alan! Even I can't miss at this range. Move back with her. Move back! All right. Now you two can explain yourselves to the police when they get here.
Thank you very much.
It's our pleasure, ma'am. Y'all come back and visit us again. You hear?
People are so friendly here. Earth, what are you doing here?
So you came back early too, huh? Oh, I got into a fight with Aunt Georgina because she didn't want me to have any boys in the house.
Say no more.
I know. Easier to deal with Madame Souvray for 2 extra days than that. So, did you enjoy your adventures with the professor?
It was, interesting.
Well, did you get it? The Buddha's heart. Did you get it?
Yes, we did.
Is it as beautiful as a picture?
Even more so.
Ah. Welcome back, girls. Since you've arrived early, you'll be eating with the staff in the morning. Breakfast is at 6. Please be prompt. And dress appropriately.
Yes, Madame Souvray.
2 college girls alone for the break. Think your ninja skills are up for it?
So beautiful. If a man gave me something like that, I'd do anything for him.
Ursula, if a man gave you a stick of gum, you'd do anything for him. So, they had you at gunpoint?
Then Pope grabbed her leg and brought her down.
I thought they were both after you.
She said we'd cooperate if our interests coincide.
If they followed you from China to Bangkok, what's to stop them from coming here?
They're in prison now. We left them tied up in the hall of the great Buddha. It's a national monument, you know. Professor Robeson said what they did was considered a sacrilegious act.
Well, what do you think, ladies?
Oh, it's exquisite, Professor. Like the most beautiful act of love between a man and a woman.
How much did you have to pay for it?
Well, the man who gave it to me asked me to take good care of it until I return it to Angkor Wat when it's possible.
Oh, Professor Robeson, I'd hate for you to go back to such a dangerous place.
Well, I appreciate your concern, Darcy.
Here, Darcy. Look at it from this side. It glitters even more.
Ouch, you're hurting me.
If you want to keep your teeth in that pretty little smile of yours, stay away from Professor Robeson.
See you later, Just. Professor Robeson.
I'm gonna change and take a walk. It's gorgeous out.
Yes, enjoy. It's good to be home, though, safe and sound, eh?
I love your hair.
You're so nice.
And you've got the greatest body.
I had no idea.
I locked the door.
Please, can you tell me how to get to the town? I think we have a...
You should have turned at the intersection down there.
Et là, je t'ai dit, Ivron. Oh, please, I am hesitant to ask you, but is it possible you can come with to help us? I do not want to get lost again.
Well, I was just out for a walk.
I am sorry I bother you, but if I could get good help, I would not have to bother strangers, you know?
Well,
maybe you could come with us to the turnoff? I could take you back here again.
Sure.
Oh, you are so sweet, mademoiselle. I cannot tell you. What is your name?
My name is...
Justine.
No, you!
Hello, again, Justine.
What do you want?
What do you think we want, Justine?
Hello.
Ah, hello, Professor.
Hope. Shouldn't you be saving this call for your attorney?
Oh, that. Well, prison life didn't agree with me. It's hard to get fresh produce, you know. Oh, Paul, there's somebody else here who would love to say hi.
Professor!
Just like old times, huh, Paul?
If you touch her, I swear.
Ah, now, Paul. No more idle threats. I may feel like touching her right now. You're a smart guy, Paul. I'm sure you know why we're calling. I'll call you later, get the merchandise ready. I'll let you know when and where we're going to do the exchange.
That's the most beautiful treasure you've rescued so far, Professor.
Well, I certainly went through enough getting it here, hey? Well, I better get going. I have more important things to be doing than stand here and admire it all day.
Rodriguez.
Buenas tardes, señora.
Everything is ready?
Sí, señora.
easier for everyone if I leave your hands free. But if you make trouble for me, I'll make you regret it. Okay?
Ah, you're just in time to see us turn the security systems on. The motion detectors aren't up yet, but if anybody touches that case, we'll know about it right away.
Well, the more protection, the better, I always say.
Good morning, Paul.
I can't get it, Pope.
I don't think I heard you correctly.
The security system's in place now. I'd never get it off campus. And besides, the trustees would never allow me to give it to you as ransom.
I see. Tell me, Paul, how will your trustees react when pieces of one of their students start showing up on the front steps of the main building? Do you think that might hurt alumni fundraising this year, Paul?
You listen to me, goddammit.
No, you listen to me, Professor. You have until tomorrow morning to get the jewel. If you don't have it by the next time I call, I start mailing her back one piece at a time. Get it? Oh, do you like legs or wings, Paul? Sleepyhead.
What were you doing?
You looked a little tense. I just thought I'd help out.
Idiot. Why don't you just call in the gendarmes yourself?
How was I supposed to know she was gonna yell like that?
I can see I'm going to have to take control of the situation before it gets out of hand.
help me. They want to kill me. I have to hide before they find me again. Please. I no hablo español.
It's all right. I'm from New York, honey. Been here 12 years since Harry died.
She could be anywhere. We're gonna have to wing it.
Oh, like you did in Bangkok, when you had nothing to trade.
You got a better idea?
So sorry, I couldn't help.
Yes. I like that cooperative tone, Paul. Here's what you do.
Professor Robeson.
How in the world did you get here? Do you know that I'm supposed to
They're not as smart as they think they are, Professor. You're not going to give it to them, are you? Not after all we went through.
Well, they think that I am. And that's enough. Especially since you're safe with me. Drive on.
He's late.
Fat lot of good it does us whether he's here or not.
All we have to do is grab it and split. When he finds out, it'll be too late.
Is that him?
Bingo. You have it?
Where's Justine?
Safe. Well, you didn't think we were gonna do the exchange here, did you?
You told me to meet you here.
So that we could see that you are alone.
Where do we go?
First, show me the jewel.
I'll show you mine, if you show me yours.
Ah, a sense of humor at last. Well, you'll need it for your precious trustees. Show it to me.
All right. Hands up, Hope. Hands up!
Here, I thought you were slightly in love with her, Paul. This isn't gonna do.
Actually, Alan, I do care for her quite a bit. Which is why you're finished now.
I'm not afraid of you, Paul. You don't have the guts to use that. I'm walking.
Go ahead and walk, Mr. Pope.
Police! Don't move!
Shooting you for attempted escape will only save me the paperwork.
You're under arrest for kidnapping and grand larceny.
But you still don't have her.
Guess again, Alan.